So right now, there's a unique situation I'm in. It doesn't really happen, but when it does happen, it hits really hard. So when it comes to memory techniques, there are limits, and I'm not talking about limits that are memory technique related, like how fast you could go or how much information you can memorize in a given time. There are physical limits, physical and mental limits that memory techniques cannot beat. So today, I'm not sure if I'm sick or whatever, but my head hurts, and earlier today I threw up a lot. I thought I was gonna die. But so I tried memorizing, right? Some names, images. I wanted to see if I could memorize, and I couldn't. No matter how slow I went, I just couldn't retain the information. And that's because one of the keys to memory is concentration. My concentration wasn't focused on the information. It was focused on the headache. It was focused on the stomach, being sick. Still right now, my head hurts and my stomach feels kind of sketchy. And so I can't use memory techniques to memorize information no matter how hard I try because the sickness, whatever I have, is the limiting factor. Now, why am I telling you this and what does this mean? Well, what it means is that you need to know when you're beat and you just have to not memorize, just call it a day and just kind of try to recover. Because if you just try to push through the pain mentally, when it comes to memory techniques, it can't be done because it's all mental. And so if you're messed up mentally, if your mind's cloudy, if it hurts, whatever it may be, you can't overcome that just to go through and memorize. It's not the same thing like if you hurt yourself when running and you kind of just push through the pain because your body's going to somehow go through it, right? Mentally, you're like, hey, I could push through this pain. But when your mind is totally over the place and you're doing something that's purely mental, there's no physical aspect to memorizing, right? Memory techniques. That's going to limit you. And so I thought this would be a great video, kind of short video to kind of give you insight of how I kind of function and what I do because I just gave up trying to memorize today. I was like, there's no way I can memorize. I just need to focus on trying to recover, try to not be sick somehow. I'm not sure how I got sick or it was like food poisoning, whatever it may be. It was a bad day. And so I just want to give you more insight into what I'm doing. I'm not always on the top of my game. I'm not always, pushing new personal best. I'm not always, able to go to the ends when memorizing because I am limited by specific factors and being sick and having the feeling that you want to throw up is going to be way stronger than any memory techniques that you're using and any amount of focus you have in your mind, throwing up is going to beat that. So hopefully you learned some things from this video and getting more insight into how I function, how I do things, what I believe when it comes to training and kind of just life in general. So hopefully you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time.